Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Be Your Own Hero Show. I'm your host. I'm Sacred Wrights. I am an author by my new book, and a motivational speaker. And so, you know what? Let me plug the book a little bit more. Plug the book a little bit more because I feel like I'm not plugging it enough. The book that I've written was really great. It I see I phrase it that way because it was an extension of me. You know what I mean? Like I wrote it, but it wasn't me. It's hard to explain, but I wrote it in a frame of mind that doesn't exist anymore. Right. And so when that frame of mind came along and I took it away because of the stroke, because I had a stroke, it seemed brand new to me. Like I didn't even realize that I wrote it at first. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And so facing it that way, it gives me a lot of sense of newness to it, right? And I'm telling you, it's good. It's good. It's good. So check out the book. Check out the book. That's it. That's it. All right. So I'm Sacred Wrights. I'm your host. And shout out to New Thought Media Network for being the place that's allowed me to have a show for all these years, all these months since the stroke, because the stroke was just a little over a year ago, So this happened uh, July 14th, I think. I can't quite remember, but mid July. So a little over a year. And now it's been a year. I'm working with myself because there's some things that I was assured wouldn't bother me anymore once I reached 1 year old, but they're still happening, and so I'm still struggling with that. So, ashe, ashe. Anyway, let me move on. Let's talk about the run streak. The run streak? Yes, the run streak. So people watching on Instagram, you're gonna have to listen. You're gonna have to listen and just pay attention. Let your listening ears pay attention for you. All right, here we go. This is first part is me running, and then you'll hear what I say. All right, here we go. So today is 230 something, 200 something, 221, I think. I think that's all I'm gonna say today. I'm really tired. I didn't think I was gonna make it. I know you hear me say it a lot, and you're tending not to believe me, but I'm telling you, I got out the house today with the plan of saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna see how far I can walk." I walked like half a block before I started running. I started running a little bit, and then I didn't really stop. So, Ashe, your body can do more than you think it can. So anyway, buy my book, hack your what is it? Hack your pain. Hack your pain now. Check out my book because really there's some really good points in there. Some things that'll help feed you. Some things that'll help feed you. I'm telling you, you need to go buy this book because it was helpful to me. And I know it sounds weird, but you'll understand why when you read the book why I phrased it that way. All right, let's go. I'll talk to you later. Okay, so that said. A couple interesting things happened. First of all, I just want to double down on what I was saying. That it is hard work. It's hard work, and I can't emphasize that enough. How hard it is to get up and go out and run every day. And so today, once again, alarm went off at 5. I went back to sleep. Woke up, went back to sleep, went back. You know, whole thing happened. Matter of fact, Fee King left me a message, and she said that she had a story that she meant to tell me last night, but she forgot to tell me last night. So she was going to tell me today, and I stopped the recording right there. I was like, okay, this is the test. This test, I can use her story to help get me out of bed, and use her story as a reward for running instead of staying in bed. Because I was really thinking, oh, I could do it later, or I could do it. I was really thinking of all the different things I could do. And so I was like, all right, let's do that. So I got up. It took a while, but I got up and did the things I needed to do to get outside. And then I said, I'm just gonna walk. And I walked for half a block, and then I started running. And I can't really explain why I started running. It's like my body kind of took over and started running. I was like, oh, but I ran slow though. I definitely ran slow. And I stopped at the traffic lights. Instead of shifting, I would stop at the traffic lights. So I did my mile, and I got it done, but I was just surprised that I was able to do it. That I was able to do it at all, because I was thinking, man, I'm just gonna walk. That's what I was thinking. But obviously I did more than that. So I share to me, I share to you, if you're still doing it, if you're still doing the 30 days, if you've extended it beyond then until now, you've got to be experiencing the same thing that I'm experiencing. That feeling of, oh, I can't do it, and then you end up doing it anyway. So I share. All right, so that was the first interesting thing that happened. Second interesting thing that happened, you noticed there was some scaffolding that I was walking underneath. Well, I don't know why I went this way, but I just decided to go this way. And I don't think that has anything to do with it, but yeah, it does, because there was a restaurant over there. And I was like, I haven't bought myself breakfast in a while. I'm going to splurge and buy myself breakfast, right? Because to balance those feelings of like, I did my run, but I'm still feeling kind of low. Still trying to get my energy up and give myself something to eat. So I stepped into a restaurant, never been there before, and ordered some food. And and they were asking me, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this other thing? They were making it kind of special. I was like, oh yeah, let's get something special. Let's put that on it. Put that on it. Yes, sir. Put that on it too. And I was feeling like, all right, well, this is nice. This is a nice thing to eat. And then, now this just happened. This just happened a few minutes ago. So I got my food, scanned it, and walked outside. And as soon as I walked outside, I saw this woman digging in a trash can. And I was like, oh man. And she was digging and finding stuff and taking the stuff out. And I said, I don't have anything. And then I thought, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You got that new sandwich. That new sandwich that you just bought, that I just got for yourself to help uplift your spirits. That's what I got. That's what I have right now. I don't really want to give that though. I don't really want to give that. So I started thinking of other things. I don't have my backpack. I don't have any of my treats. I don't know. And so I walked past her. And then I stopped and I turned around and I looked, and she was getting stuff out of the trash can and to taking it over from the trash can to a little flower pot, where she was analyzing what she had taken from the trash can. And I started thinking, well, maybe she doesn't want it. Maybe she doesn't want what I got. Maybe she's eaten already. I was making all these excuses. And finally I was like, oh, come on, say, just ask her. So I rolled up. I said, "Excuse me, miss, you wanna?" So I explained what exactly what it was in case there was something there that she didn't want. I explained it, and she said, "Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you." Like this beatific smile. Yes, thank you. And ah man, it just melted my heart. And I was like, "Oh, okay, well here you go." And she was like, "Oh, thanks." And really, it really struck me for a couple of reasons. But one was what I was talking about here yesterday. Because yesterday I was talking about how smiling needs to be something that I do more often mm, because when I don't do it, I fall into the habits of old. Like my face gets kind of stern like this, and there's no real emphasis on happiness. But that woman today, like she didn't have anything. She didn't have anything. Like she's pulling things out of her trash can to see if there's something that she can use. And she smiled and said, "Thank you, sir." Then what she said, "Yes, please, thank you." I was like, oh, man. And also, it made me abundant. It made me feel abundance because I was grappling with myself about whether or not I was going to get the sandwich because like, well, I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I can afford it. And I talked myself into getting it. And now, seconds afterwards, I'm giving it away. And I was like, oh man, oh man. But then I gave it to someone who was by no means um, well to do, right? So the difference in what I could do, where I saw myself as in terms of money, in terms of abundance, is so different from where she is, right? Like, there's no shade, but I was like, wow, I really can buy myself something to eat. I really can. And so I went and I bought myself another sandwich. I did. I went to a different store, a store that I know, and I bought myself another sandwich. And I felt good about buying this one though. I didn't buy it with any of all the all the those feelings because I bought it this time knowing that I had enough to spend, enough to buy, right? And so that made me feel a lot better, a lot better. And once again, her smile she gave me was really tremendous. And it reminded me I've got to hold my smile. I've got to hold my smile. So for the rest of the time between her giving a sandwich to her and then walking to get another sandwich and walking home, I kept smiling. And I had to keep doing it, mind you, because I kept finding my face slipping into neutral. My face slipping into neutral, right? And I'm not sure why, but my face kept slipping into neutral, and I had to keep saying "smile, Sekou, smile, Sekou, smile, Sekou." I had to keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, in order to get myself to keep smiling. And and sometimes it would be someone else that would help me. Someone will be walking past me, and I'll look at them and I see this the sour expression in the face on look on their face, and be like, "Oh, smile, smile, smile." And so I invite you, those of you that are watching, smile all the time because even if you dedicate to smiling all the time, you're not going to get it all the time. You're not going to get it all the time. You're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss a lot. And so just by claiming that you're going to do it every day, or you're going to do it every moment you think about it, you're still going to miss some times. You're going to miss a lot of times. So just try it. Try it. Try it. Bring smiles, bring happiness, bring laughter, bring all the things I just said, all the happiness to you and to the people around you. And you'll know whose spirit you could be blessing by smiling instead of being dour and sour. You know, just keep your mouth smiling. To keep the corners of your mouth turned up a little bit. Just smile. Just smile. Just smile. Ashe. So that happened this morning. That was a big thing. That was a big deal. That was a big deal because yeah, that was that was a big deal. All right, so let me see what I got in the chat. Let me see what I got in the chat. All right, Fee King is tagging every morning. Everybody, hey Sekou, hey Fee, hey Margareta, hey Simone. Smiling costs you nothing. Smiling costs you nothing. It costs you nothing, and it's so interesting to me how hard it is for me. Just that, just so I noticed from going to the photographer studio, I've noticed that my mouth keeps sliding into this kind of this space of dourness, of sourness, of sadness, and I need to pull that out because there's so many things for me to be grateful for. So many things to be grateful for, and no, there are still some things I'm dealing with in terms of the stroke. There's a lot of things I'm dealing with, but I've got so much to be grateful for. So much to be grateful for. All right. So, all right, let's go. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's get into it now. Let's get into the money. The money. The money. The money. The money. All right. So here's our affirmation. Let's do it together. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. I am so happy and grateful to be a multi-millionaire in every area of my life. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right. So, oh hey, wait. Hey, Natasha is saying, "Good to see me, Sekou, over here on Instagram." Instagram? Yeah, on Instagram. Hey, Natasha, good to see you. All right, so this is what we want to talk about in terms of money today. Let me see. I was reading this. Well, I can't say reading. I was listening to this thing called ALUX. ALUX. It's ALUX. ALUX. They've got videos all over the place, all over YouTube. Right. I was going somewhere and I decided to tune them in, and I really got enthralled with what they were talking about. What they were talking about was interesting because, man, they do these lists of 15. So I can't even remember what this 15 was for, but what I came up with was stocks. Stocks. Let me just cut the chase. Stocks. They're talking about stocks, but they're talking about owning a 100 stocks. And I was like, oh, that's what I did. That's what I did. I bought 100 stocks. 100 stocks. Now, mind you, this was just during the pandemic. Now, this was new to me. Getting involved in the stock market was very, very new to me. So I went in, I bought $1. $1, seriously, $1 of stock. And I got a dividend. I was like, what, they gonna pay me for owning $1 worth? I was like, oh, I got to get on. I got to get on with this, right? And so the more I bought of stock, the more they were paying me. And I was like, oh, this is grand. This is fabulous, right? Because anywhere else you go, like you go to a savings account, they're just saving your money. They're just holding your money. And then they're giving you a little tiny percent that you'll see every year. You see a little bit of money. But stock, you put $1 in and they will pay you for holding that dollar. I was like, oh man, that is incredible. That's incredible. So anyway, I started buying everything then. Everything. It's like, buy this. So I bought 100 different stocks. I mean, not technically 100, but a lot of stocks. I'd say at least 50 different stocks. And little tiny bits, like $5 here, $10 here, $6 here, very small amounts. But but anyway, matter of fact, I was in a hospital once, and just passing through, and I looked up everything in the room. I Googled everything in the room and looked to see if they were publicly traded, and they were. Everything in the hospital is publicly traded. Like, let that be known to you. Everything at a publicly uh, everything at a hospital is publicly traded. Everything. So that's a whole nother thing. Don't let me get started on that. But anyway, so once I bought all the different stocks, I had to downsize. I had to downsize, right? Because what you find out is, like, if you get 100 different stocks, let's say 100 different stocks, and one stock wins, let's say 100 different stocks, $1 each. Let's take $100, right, and put $1 on each of 100 stocks, right? Now you've got what seems like a grand portfolio. You got 100 different stocks, right? $1 each on each of these different stocks. No, you're making the same mistake I made, because if you hit big, if you hit 100% on one of those stocks, your money is going to go up to $2. Come on, $2. Like, because your money is too spread out. So what you've got to do is sell those 100 stocks and commit them to like 4 stocks. Then you got 4 stocks and you've got like $25 on each of the stocks, right? And now if you had 25%, you got $50 instead of $2, right? $10. It's $50 instead of $2. And all that is where you decide to put the money. Where you decided to put the money, that's it. Where you decide to put the money. And once you get into the stock market, you'll see that everything is available to you. Everything is available to you. They've got all kinds of things that you can buy. And your intelligence will grow as you grow with it. And so what you've got to do is learn how to invest in the stock market now while you ain't got no money. While you ain't got no money. So do you know how to invest in the stock market when you do get some money? You know, you got to start investing now. Start investing now. Start investing now. All right. Okay. I hope I got somebody with that, because that really thrilled me, because I was like, someone was buying 100 shares of a stock. Well, 100 shares of different stocks. I thought that was funny. And so apropos to what I did, is I'm telling you, I bought a bunch of different stocks, and gradually I made that strategy that you've got to consolidate and focus on a few stocks rather than multiple stocks, because multiple stocks will just have your money spread too thin. You got to focus on small stocks, a few stocks, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Let me see what else, what I have in terms of comments right now. Let's see. Yeah. Fee King is talking about helping her make fewer mistakes. $2. Yeah, $2. Now, see, I'm just explaining that 100%. 100% is a fabulous percentage, right? And you would increase your money by 100%. So you have $1 in there, you get another $1, right? $2, which is great. But you've only got $2 though. If you had more money than $1 on that stock, you would have doubled more than your money. You would have doubled much more than your initial money, right? So instead of having $1 on that stock, you need to have $25 on that stock. You need to have $60 on that stock. You need to have $70 on that stock, because if that stock goes over to $100 turnover, then that's going to double your money. I hope I'm getting through. All right. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, B King is saying, I am just dropped off of pasture. We were talking about 401k retirement and investing. All right. All right. More than double your money. Right. Right. All right. And hack your pain now on Amazon. Yeah, hack your pain now. Yeah, it's my book. So for those of you that don't know, I have a book. I have a book out. It's called Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. Please buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Fee King is saying that she told her about my show. Thank you, Fee. Thank you, Fee. All right. So I think that's it. I think that's it today. I just want to really emphasize that stock market is not that challenging for any of us. What you need to do though is you need to put your money into a few spaces. Don't get crazy and put them in a bunch of spaces. Now I should say that I'm fighting this now. I'm currently buying more stocks in different places, but that's because my money has inverted. Like when I was aggressive, when I was making money, I was focusing on a few stocks. Now that I'm not making money, I am focusing on a few stocks that I can share with in terms of money, in terms of dollars. So, like for example, I am buying Starbucks stock. Now, so Starbucks stock is like $100 per share, and I can put in a little money here, a little money here, a little money here, a little money there. So what I'm doing is when I go out and when I buy stock and when I buy coffee, I add another dollar that I pay to the Starbucks stock. You know what I mean? So if I go out and I buy a coffee, doesn't matter where. If I buy coffee wherever, I will add up another dollar in my head. So if it's $5, it'll be $6 in my head, and then I'll take that $6 and buy it towards Starbucks stock, because that way, at least I know I said I did some wrong when I bought some coffee, but at least I spent on that. At least I spent on what at least I spent on the stock. Yes, at least I spent on the stock. Whew. All right. Okay. All right. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Now is better than perfect. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And you'll be checking me out here tomorrow. All right. So I'll see you mañana. Later.